YouTube! How's it going? Welcome to the video, welcome to the channel. How are you all? Trip Boomers, Tech-Bodge Emporium. I'm Trip Boomer, your host. This video is going to be a little bit of a shorter one, guys. We are literally simply just adding this drive here. It's the 500 gig P3 Plus from Crucial. I trust Crucial. Most drives that I use tend to be Crucial because I've had good results with them. So if anyone asks me to get them a drive, this is what they get. If someone gets a gift off me, this is what they get. I tend to use Crucial. Most of the drives in this PC are Crucial. Now, why am I adding this 500 gig drive to my PC? Now, this is going in the capture rig. So basically what this is going to be is a scrub and dump drive. What I mean by that is basically anything that I record with OBS or any video footage that I record with the camera or any audio or anything that I'm going to edit with is going on this drive. So basically I'm using this drive as like it's kind of like a sacrificial drive. I mean, it cost me like 25 quid and the thing is almost 5,000 megabytes a second, so it's pretty fast for Gen 4 drive, and for 20, 25, 26 quid, absolute bargain. So being a scrub and dump drive, this is basically going to be sort of like a sacrificial drive, because basically with every read and write that you do with an SSD, you shorten its life. So having a dedicated drive for me to be literally able to just throw everything, you know, put all the recordings onto here. I can scrub through it on, it's called a scrub drive because once I'm in my editing suite, which is DaVinci with me, I can then scrub through it and it's only using this drive. So it doesn't bother the boot drive, which is what I've been using at the minute, because in this system I've got a 1 terabyte boot drive, which is a Lexar 610, and I've got a 2 terabyte hard drive, which is a Seagate Barracuda compute drive. Now, the hard drive is purely long-term storage. So every video that I upload to YouTube, I also save a copy of that as long-term storage on the hard drive. That's the only thing that goes on the hard drive. I did used to edit off the hard drive, nightmare for scrubbing through stuff. The boot drive, it has troubles because it's still trying to be a boot drive. So we're going to use this as a little sacrificial drive. It was only 25 quid, so I can kind of afford for it to just be gone. 500 gigabytes, that's like, at the quality that I record at, it's something like 20 odd gig for like an hour or so. So there's a good few hours of recording that I can throw onto this, and nothing is ever going to be like permanently staying on here. Maybe some clips or sounds or something, music maybe, but for editing. But in general, none of the video footage or anything is necessarily going to be staying on this drive. It is just to be recorded to and then edited off, and then the raw stuff I tend to just get rid of it. I know, but I'm just not I haven't got the money to have a huge NAS with like a bunch of hard drives in it so that I can store all of my footage forever and ever. So at the minute I just store finished results, maybe in the future, but I've got other things that I want to do moving forwards for you guys, like the custom rig. Oh, that's going to be fun. I've got it drawn up and I'm going to tell you guys it's going to be an exciting build, and you guys are going to get the opportunity to buy it. Close to the time, we'll figure that out. But basically, I'm building a full custom case, and I'm going to take you guys along with it. The paint job, I've got an idea for the paint job, and I'm going to save that, keep that as a surprise for you guys. But let's get into putting this in the system, shall we?
Like and subscribe. Thank you.
Right, okay, guys. Gonna have a little bit of an echoey moment because obviously the PC's off for this bit, but I'm going to be putting it in this top M.2 slot. I'm going to have to take the cable off the graphics card to get in there. Let me just rip this box open. You can see our brand new drive right there. Drop that there like that, and let's get this Why are you not coming off? I'm pulling the friggin' button. Just so it's out of the way. Bit of a tight space that I'm working in here. Button. The last one got a little bit bent because I was screwing it in. Alright. We just get this in here. Oh god, that's difficult. There we go. And we're in. I think we'll just hold it down with this. Just take this this peel off the back of here. Come on, you bastard thing. That peels off. I think we're just gonna pop this back in. And hopefully it's going to just. Oh my god, please don't be this annoying your entire life.
Hey there, editing trip here. I cut this section of the video out mainly because there was an extraordinary amount of profanity and fat man sweating and screaming and hating for his life and moaning and groaning like he'd been murdered, whilst threatening all sorts of murderous stuff towards the system just to get a couple of screws on a heatsink in. And yeah, I thought I would save you of this. So that being said, should we get back to the video? Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.
Alright guys, I've obviously got the drive in, I've initialized it, I've moved all of my footage over onto it. I'll show you now. Hold on. See, we come down here, we've got dump and scrub here, and then OBS. This file here that we're looking at right here is it's like 17. Yeah, that's it. 17.1 gigabytes, 25 minutes. As you can see, 25, 55, 25, 55, 17 gigabytes for 25 minutes. So you can kind of have a guess at the quality. But what I mean by scrub, when we mean scrub, literally it's just that you can play the footage and, you know, it's pretty quick. I mean, don't get me wrong, my RK380 is doing this, but this is quite a chunky file. I know it's only 25 minutes long, and obviously there would be layers and other stuff, and but I am using the raw footage rather than proxies at the minute. Proxies become a lot easier if you've got layers and layers upon stuff, because it just makes life a little easier for you. But this is just raw footage that I'm scrubbing through, and you know, it's doing all right. The drive is easily quick enough. It's going to make my life a lot easier. This would stutter a little bit whilst it was on the boot drive, because obviously it's doing boot stuff as well. And you've got to remember that the PC at the minute is recording on the mic, which is another thing that would have been happening on the boot drive, because that's where the audio recorder is. But as it stands, this is just pretty much good to go whenever I need it to be. So I'm kind of happy with that. Like, it's working beautifully. Can't complain with that, no. So yeah, I had a look, and these are going for, let me just hide that for a second. Yeah, I had a look, and these are actually going for about 32 quid at the minute. I know I paid, it was on offer, I know I paid like 26 or 27 quid or something for it. So yeah, grab yourself a drive. I mean, you don't necessarily have to use Crucial, but personally, I've had good results with Crucial. They're always reasonably priced. They're quick drives and they're solid. So yeah, if you're into like editing and you want to make videos and stuff, it is always a good idea to have a drive in your system that is literally just dedicated to be recorded to and scrubbed through, even if it's not to be recorded to. If you want to keep hold of your raw footage, record them to another drive and then just have this drive there, so that when you come to edit something, you just dump those videos that you're using for that edit into that drive, and it means that the editing software will just be working off this one drive, and it's a lot better for the rest of your system, especially the longevity of your other storage devices in your system, because as I said, every read and write reduces the life of an SSD. Hard drives can be written, they last a bit longer. Still sort of like degradation, but they last a bit longer because, to be fair, the disk is just, it's just little pluses and minuses. It's just a material waiting to be magnetized in whatever order, so they're a little longer lasting, whereas SSDs, they do have a shelf life, they do have a use life, and yeah, have yourself a sacrificial drive for doing any scrubbing or editing or anything like that. If it's a quick enough drive and you shouldn't have a problem. And this being Gen 4 at like what 500 gig, I think the 1 terabyte is 500 megabytes per second, whereas the 500 gig is 4700. So you gain a bit of speed because it's got a bigger drive for it to work with. It just kind of works like that. I think 1 or 2 terabytes is kind of like the happy zone for speed. Anyways, yeah, grab yourself, if you're into editing and stuff, yeah, grab yourself a little scrub drive. It doesn't have to be crucial or whatever. If you can find something cheaper, grab it. Don't forget, it's a sacrificial drive. You're basically putting a drive into your system so that you can work the shit out of it and not care about it lasting. I'm sure I'll still get plenty of life out of this drive. It's just by sacrificing this drive for editing, where I'm going to be doing loads of reading and writing. So it's not just about being able to scrub through it quickly. It's having a drive there that I'm going to be doing lots of that too. That it doesn't matter if it breaks, because it's just a cheap little scrub drive. I'll just put another one in it. I never keep anything in there that is for long term, if you get me. Everything that goes in there is replaceable. It's just music, recorded footage, and video clips, memes, stuff like that. Anything that I'll use for editing will go into that drive. Just stuff that's replaceable. And then if that drive does fail, I have no problems because I've not really lost anything. And then as it fills up, I'll just clear it out. I'll keep it fairly clean, so it's not too overloaded. And when I've used footage and I've used what I was going to do for a video or whatever, I'll just delete it. But having a scrub drive means that all those reads and writes are just solely on this drive, and this drive was designed to go in, be battered until it's done, and then the stuff that I'm actually keeping things on that I want to longevity on, say your boot drive. Doing scrubbing off your boot drive, I've been doing that. It's not a good idea, because let's be honest, out of all the drives in your system, the boot drive is the one that's there for the longest. Let's be fair, it's the one that you don't change. There's probably dudes out there, and there's probably ones that are watching this video right now that literally have their boot drive still on a hard drive or on an SSD from like 5 years ago. That's a slow one and stuff. Like, they add fast storage for like games and stuff like that, but not the boot drive. So yeah, if you're into editing, grab yourself a scrub drive. I'm super happy with it. Shout out to Crucial once again, not sponsored. I mean, I've got like 45 subscribers. I see you all though. I love you all. Anyways, like and subscribe. Don't forget that custom build will have a full high-end system in it when I come to sell it. So stay tuned. That's gonna be it. Ooh, I'm excited for this one. Like, I'm actually excited. The design I've got drawn up looks freaking awesome, and it should be fun. So stay tuned. We'll build the case, and yeah, the paint job though, I'm gonna leave that as a surprise for y'all. I'm going to leave that as a surprise for y'all. So I'll see you in the next one. Love you, bye.